welcome back to my channel, The Sun, where we're always working towards something greater. Today's video, I wanted to talk about witchcraft, what got me into it, how it's helped my life, things like that. So I just kind of thought I would make a quick video talking about that. Before I get started on that though, I just did want to make a quick note about my spiritual journey and my journey and where I'm at right now. So right now in my life, I'm not feeling super happy about what's going on. This is something that happens, and it's going to happen to you as well. It doesn't really matter who you are. Just because you get into the spirituality and maybe change your mindset to being a bit more positive, it doesn't mean that you're never going to struggle with feeling negatively and down again. I wish that were the case, but no, you're still going to have days where you just don't feel it. You're just feeling down. Something happens that just makes you feel really unhappy about where things are headed or what to worry about or any of that stuff, especially if you're coming from a place like me where you were in a really bad spot and had really bad mindsets and everything, and you're trying to work on shifting your mindset, and maybe you have, like I have, but you're still gonna have days where you struggle to fight those demons of what you used to feel and how you used to feel. So that's kind of where I'm at today. Things have unfortunately not turned to the best direction for me. I've been without a job for almost a month now, so financially things aren't great. My job with Google ended, and I expected to be able to go back to my independent contracting job that I had mentioned, and you know, things with that didn't really work out. He just basically ended up never responding to me like I was afraid was going to happen, and that's exactly what ended up happening. So maybe I manifested that in some way, but nonetheless, it is what it is. I'm not happy with it, but now I just kind of feel like I'm starting from square one and have to figure myself out in my life again. So, yep. It's all fun. It's all very much fun. Getting into the actual topic of the video today. So, what the video is about why I got into witchcraft. So, where it started for me was honestly a couple of things. The first thing that I can say that maybe got me into doing witchcraft is that I started noticing like repetitive numbers. A lot of the time I kept seeing 111, and I was like, well, that's just weird. That's weird. You know, one day when I was younger, I saw like 9/11 on the clock, and I was like, huh, for some reason this feels like it has some kind of significance. This is weird. And then I started seeing that one fairly frequently. And then after that, I started seeing 111 like constantly, like just a lot of the time. I thought it was weird that I always seemed to see that number. And I didn't know anything about angel numbers. I had no idea why I was seeing that number so much, but I was just like, oh, that's odd. And so one night I got on the computer and was like, well, maybe there's something online about this. Maybe there's some reason why I keep seeing it. I'm just curious and I'm going to check it out. So I got online and I started reading like what it meant, that it was like angel numbers, and that a lot of other people had experienced seeing the same. And there was just a whole bunch of comments about what it meant to them in their lives and how they started seeing it, all these things. And I was like so astonished that I was like, whoa, I gotta go tell my boyfriend about this. And the weirdest thing happened. So it was late at night, really, really late at night. And I didn't know what time it was, guys. I wasn't paying attention. And as soon as I walked out of the room and started walking through the kitchen to go tell him about this, I was greeted by like 3 clocks that all said 111 on them. And so that further freaked me out, like, whoa, what the heck? Like, this is crazy, this is weird, what is happening here? And so I was just completely bewildered by this. And so from that truly interested me, and I was into it for a while. You know, I didn't really get fully into things, but I just kind of, you know, was like, whoa, that's really crazy, that's strange and interesting. And I continued to notice this number, honestly, a lot of the time, but I really didn't take it too deeply with me and start trying to really improve my life or anything from it. Something that happened, though, that I did really start to feel the spiritualness of it was that I had a job that I was not happy in at all. I didn't want it from the start, and it was working for an insurance company as basically somebody that took claims, and I really hated it. I didn't really feel like I had a purpose there. I didn't really feel like I was being all that helpful. I just felt like I was basically being a punching bag for everybody that was, you know, having these problems. And yeah, I mean, it felt nice to help people out that were actually grateful for my help and stuff, but it was just too mentally draining and stressful on me, and I think I'm kind of an empath, so just all that negativity I really think just got to me. And I really just got to a breaking point with that job to where I really just couldn't do it anymore. And I had told my boyfriend, like, not very long ago that I was going to be done with that job. I couldn't do it anymore. And the day that I was planning on quitting, I went home a little early because I had come down with tonsillitis, and so I was having trouble talking on the phone. It was basically just the whole universe telling me that this job was done, like, we needed to move on. And I remember that as soon as I was ready to leave and go home, I was coming back from my last break, and I only really had like 2 hours left of the day, but I was just ready to go. And so I had this timer that I always left up on my computer, and as soon as I had stopped it to go home, it was at exactly 1 minute and 11 seconds, and I was like, whoa, like, this I feel like is definitely a sign. And so what I did was I went home, and my boyfriend wasn't happy that I didn't at least finish my day, but I went home after that, and I sat in my backyard and I cried for a while about it, because I remember that I looked on my phone finding meanings about what that actually meant and how it connected to me, and what I felt like at that time was just like a sense of calm, that it was okay, that things were going to work out. And that's really partially what got me really into kind of the spirituality of it, was that I really just started to realize for myself that I needed to find better, that I needed to make better for myself, and that I wasn't so alone, kind of. And that the universe really kind of supported me and my endeavors of finding something better. I didn't quit that job for so long because I was so afraid we weren't going to be okay if I left it. And that was just like confirmation for me, for all the things that I was reading about it, that it was going to be okay. And it was, you know, it's been ever since I did leave it. Financially, we have been in hard spots, but we've been okay. So that was, you know, really important to me. And that's really kind of where it all started, was with those angel numbers. Now after that, what got me into crystals and that spirituality was that I had been searching the internet one day, and I found a black tourmaline. I don't remember reading anything about it. It was just cheap, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of drawn to this crystal. I don't know why, but I just kind of want to order it. It's cheap, and I've never really bought myself any crystals, so I'm gonna buy this. And I bought it, and I remember wearing it, and I've been wearing it for a couple of weeks at this point. And I had gotten out of the bathtub and put it on and everything, and I was wearing it in the tub, I'm not gonna lie. And I shouldn't have been doing that. I don't do it anymore, but I mean, it's not like that crystal was really gonna fall apart, but I just still don't really trust my crystals in water too much, unless they're quartz crystals. But nonetheless, so I was wearing it all that time, and after I got out of the shower and everything in tub, I was like, what do I feel like this crystal has? Like, what kind of energy do I feel like this is giving me? And I was like, I don't know. I feel very calm. I feel very grounded. And that was like one of the key words that after that I went and I looked it up. I was like, well, okay, I've made my assumptions about it. Let me go actually test this out and see, you know, what it is supposed to do. To my surprise, I found out that it was exactly what I said. It was a grounding stone. I didn't know anything about the chakras at this point. I didn't know anything about the colors of stones relating to chakras. I didn't know that it was to grounding energy. Honestly, it was completely crazy to me that I had, you know, made this incredibly accurate assumption about this crystal. And from that, you know, that honestly made my belief in the crystals, my belief in the metaphysical kind of really go crazy. Otherwise, why I got into it, guys, honestly, I needed a change. I needed something to help me feel more positive. It really came down to that. I started watching a lot of videos about, you know, the law of attraction, getting things in your life that you wanted. And from that is where it all happened for me. I was like, man, I need a more positive mindset. I need to start attracting things in my life that I really want, because I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I feel like my life is just going to be spent with me not going anywhere that I wanted to go in life if I don't start changing some things for myself. And that's where it all really changed, because I felt like I needed some kind of faith to believe in. I never really resonated with Christianity or other religions, especially the kind of things that are viewed as appropriate and what people should look to in the United States and kind of this region of the earth. I don't know a whole lot about like Hinduism or all those other kinds of religions. Maybe it would be something that would resonate with me, but honestly, I didn't really get into this whole thing because it was trendy or whatever. Honestly, my sister had been into this long before it probably got really trendy, and she had got me into tarot. I'd been doing it for like 10 years. I bought my own deck, and it's been longer than 10 years at this point that I've been into it. And, you know, I've been doing it since at least 2010. And it's been something that I've always felt connected to. It's been something that I always have believed in metaphysical things. I've always believed in spirits. I always have been the person that I'm like, tell me more, when somebody's telling a ghost story that they had an experience with some kind of spirits and stuff. I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy, that's interesting, I'm intrigued, tell me more about this. You know, I have always been interested in it. Aliens and stuff, I believe that they exist, honestly. I'm not like super into that stuff, but I do think that it's fascinating, and I do think that it's definitely possible that aliens exist out there. I honestly believe that anything is possible in this vast universe, you know? Energies and powers and everything, even the things that are unseen, and energies are all important things that can do so much that we don't even know of, because, you know, we're honestly put into this, you know, box of what our beliefs are and what is possible and what's not. But I believe that that's completely not true, that there's so many things that can be accomplished that we just haven't realized how to do yet. So yeah, I mean, that's just really what got me into it. I've always been into those kinds of things, and this was something that spoke to me. You know, this was a way that I felt like I'm not having to call on a specific deity. It's just energy. It's energy from the universe and my own personal thoughts and vibrations, and the universe responding to those vibrations positively when that's what I send out. That's the thing that really drew me in, was that, you know, intention and energies, and there's some kind of proof to it and everything, even through just like radio signals, that you can't see that, but somehow it transmits to your car and plays these songs. It doesn't make sense how a tape or a CD or a record could play these noises and these frequencies and things, but that's just looking at it from a blind eye. You can't always see what's there. So that's what got me into it. That's really what got me into it, and it's improved my life. I feel like it really has. That I do feel better about life a lot of the time. I have changed my mindset to being more positive, but I am working on things still, guys. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect yet, and I don't know that there is anything such as perfect, but, you know, I am working on those things, and you can as well. With any religion or whatever you decide to do, But the one thing you need to realize if you want to be successful and want to get where you want to go in life, that it all starts with a mindset and action. So if you can find some kind of way to feel positively about that, there you go. You know, that's what you need to be successful and move forward. But there has been scientific studies proven of some of these things, of intention and meditation and things having benefits. So it doesn't hurt for you to involve some of these things into your life, especially. And that's where it all came from for me, guys. That's why I got into this. I really wanted to be more positive, and that's how I got into it. Tarot and crystals, angel numbers got me all into it, and honestly just a lot of videos from other YouTubers out there. We're all kind of leaning on each other, sharing what we have experienced and our own positive experiences to share with the rest of the world to inspire others. So yeah, that is definitely what got me into it, and I'm glad that I did. Like I've said, my mood and things, my feelings, life still goes on and continues to struggle sometimes. And sometimes I'm not as into it maybe as I should be because of life events happening that just get me down and stuff. But it's one of those things where you just got to keep working on yourself. So that is my video today, guys, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it helped you learn things and across your journey as well. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you on my next one.